love the Janet Collection hair. I have to say that the colored hair is just not... Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, hey, my name is LaDon. This is the No Lie Naturally Me channel. It is my pleasure to come back at you. That's all corny. All right, so those of you who know me on this channel know I don't like to do these openings. So I'm just gonna tell you what this video is about. I'm so excited to come back at you with another crochet style. It has been a minute since I've done a crochet technique that is specific to folks who have fine hair, thinning hair, alopecia, very fragile hair, maybe you're dealing with breakage, any of those challenges. So this video is what the kids call shambles. And from what I can glean with my old self is that means that the video is just like not as you originally intended. It kind of, you know, went off the rails, but you brought it back together. And that's what happened in this tutorial. You know, this is obviously another wonderful, successful, high density crochet style that I absolutely love. But if you guys like what you see, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you'll see my uploads fresh off the press, and don't hesitate to share this video with other folks who you think would be interested in this content. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and let's get to it. Weave net, and it comes with two textures, the small hole and the large hole. We're going to be using the large hole net because we're doing crochets. We're going to use a small head crochet needle, which is perfect for fine hair or for folks who are suffering from alopecia. And then the star of the show, well, kind of, the crochet hair. So this is the Janet Collection Havana Mambo twist hair, and I'm using two colors. I'm using the mix of 1B and 30, which is such a pretty color, and then I'm also using the color number 2. And this is what the packaging looks like. If you order it online, I'll have links to everything below. I just wanted you to know what the packaging looks like. Then we're going to use Quimette Biologics Burdock Root Butter Cream. This is going to help to minimize frizz and also protect our hair so we're able to keep our moisture level in check. All right, so when you open up the packaging of the weave net, you'll see you have the two patterns. You're going to use the larger one, as I mentioned. And in this video, I'm going to focus on attaching the weave net to your head. I have another video, which I'll link above, that actually shows you how to crochet the hair to your head using the weave net. Each time I do these videos, I like to focus on a different aspect so that you're learning something new each time. And in the last video, you guys said that you wanted to learn more about and see in greater detail how I sew the weave net to my head. All right, so here I'm just using bobby pins, and I'm bobby pinning the weave net in place. You guys gave me this idea last time when I demonstrated this technique. I had been using an elastic band, and you guys were like, why don't you just bobby pin it? And that worked like magic. I don't know why it didn't occur to me. So thank you guys. I love you, love you, love you. All right, so I'm pinning it in place, and then I'm just going to thread my needle. And then I'm going to tie a knot at the end. And of course, on the other end is my curved needle. All right. So you kind of have it double threaded so that your thread is stronger, but then also it's going to help you anchor your first stitch. So you're going to pull the needle through your braid and the weave net, which is on top. Then you're going to go open the thread close to where that knot is, and then you're going to take the curved needle and just loop it through there. Okay, and this is what's going to anchor that stitch in place. Like if you were sewing and you were using fabric, of course the knot would, you know, suffice, but our hair is not fabric. Neither is this weave net. So we anchor it using that technique. It's super simple. All right, and then you just begin pulling the needle through your braids to actually sew the weave net to your head. I'm going to turn around in just a minute so that you get a better perspective on how I'm doing it. So see, I'm just pulling it through the braid and the weave net. It's really simple. And I'm going to space each stitch about 1 inch apart. Do not pull the thread super tight. You don't have to do this. This is not about adding tension to your hair. Really, you just want to make sure that the weave net is on your head, basically. All right. If you find as you're stitching that you have like extra fabric in some areas, don't worry about it. Just see what I'm doing. I'm just folding that over because I had a little pucker there, and then I'm stitching through it. Do not pull it really tight to try to get it to lay down flat. You're just going to be adding extra tension to your hair, and there's no reason to do that. This is about being gentle to your hair. It's about providing your hair with the support you need, and it will allow you to have more sections where you can actually attach the crochet hair and keep your hair in good, healthy condition. All right, so I'm also going to show you guys how to clip the ends of your crochet braids, each of those looped sections or the twist, so that you can do the split hair method, which I just demonstrated right here. So basically you're just clipping that end. You clip the end so that when you separate the twist, you don't get any frizz. That's like an amazing tip. I was so happy that I figured out the best way to do that. Then you're just going to take a little of the Quimette Biologics butter and rub it on the twist, and what you'll see is that the hair will naturally begin to split. See how it split right there? So you're just going to pull the hair apart. This is another method to help you to minimize frizz. You know, you just go with what the hair wants to do, and then you're just going to be splitting the hair so that you prep it for crocheting into your head. Now, if you get a section that gets a little frizzy, all you have to do is take a bit of the butter, work it on that crochet section, and see how it begins to clump together again. That's it. It's like magic. Now, I tried this same technique on the colored hair. So this is where we ran into problems. So initially I clipped the end, I separated it, you know, and it came out just fine. Now, when I started doing the split hair method, that's when the train veered off the tracks. So I will say this, if you just glide down the hair, you know, and not split it, I think that texture looks beautiful and it doesn't have a lot of frizz. But once you begin to split the texture, you can see how it begins to frizz up almost automatically. The hair also looks really brassy when you split it. It's just, I don't know, it almost looks like damaged bleached hair to me. So I'm just gonna see, this is what it looks like. Now I'm gonna show you what happens when I add a little bit of butter. It gets a little bit better, but not really. You know, this is just not a very good idea. And I'm going to show you in a minute what it looks like after you apply the butter. There really isn't that much improvement. Okay, guys, I am about, I don't know, 3/4 done with my hair, and I wanted to just show you really quickly how these highlights are coming up in the hair. So what I did was I just strategically placed the lighter hair kind of throughout my head. But one of the things I'm noticing is that this hair, I don't know, it looks frizzier than the rest of the hair to me. I don't know if it's coming up on camera that way, but yeah, the highlighted hair to me, it looks a little bit frizzier. And so you just want to be thoughtful about that when you're placing it in your, you know, in your head. All right, so I'm going to show you the back just so you can see. I tried to leave the hair where I've placed it a little bit in the back, but as you can see, once I like separate it, it's still a completely different texture from the black hair or dark brown hair. Like you can really see it, especially on the ends on the other side. This was just, it was a no-go, guys. Totally uncute. So I have fully installed the hair. I absolutely love it. This is one of my invisible parts. Nice, right? I'm going to show you a couple of more of the parts, and then I'm going to actually just go ahead and begin to cut the hair. Let me know what you think, guys. I may fill in around my hairline just a titch bit more, but I don't want to put a lot of stress on my edges. So I'm fine with it like this, but I would love to know your opinion, because sometimes we think stuff look fly as I don't know what, and then everybody else is like, So let me know. All right, and then that's the other one. So you can create as many options as you like, but I just wanted you guys to know that you do have, you know, that option and that flexibility with these parts. It is easy to do, it's attainable, and it's great, especially if you have fine hair like I do. You can, you know, have those invisible parts. It doesn't look like you have huge gaps in your head, and it looks great overall. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just begin to shape the hair. I'm going to take a little bit of this weight off of the bottom. I used more hair than I normally do, so that's one of the reasons my hair is bigger than it usually is. So now I'm just going to go in and I'm going to thin it out, and I'm going to begin to shape the hair. Look at this. I have like some 20-inch hair in here that I just found. I used way more hair than I normally do, but that's all right, because we're going to take care of this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and begin to cut. I'll probably do a voiceover just because it's easier to do it that way. Okay? I think this will be really helpful, especially for those of you who are new to cutting your hair or nervous about it. If I can do it, please know y'all can do it, okay? But while you're watching me do that, I just wanted to share a little bit of information about kind of why we did some of the things you guys saw me do in this tutorial. So first I'm going to start with the Burdock Root Butter Cream. The reason I use that product to on the hair just in general is because it provides a nice barrier between the synthetic hair and your braids and your weave net. I'm just trying to do as much as possible, not only to minimize frizz, which was the reasoning we kind of talked about in this video, but also to help to support the moisture balance of your hair as much as possible. So I really love that product. It also is very softening. So Havana Mambo twist hair, sometimes textured hair in general can be a little bit rough to the touch, but that product really does a great job at keeping the hair softened, and you can actually go back into the hair like during the time you have the crochets in, and use it to tame any frizz, and also use it to soften the hair as well. I also had a question about why I don't use a weave cap, why I use the weave net instead of a cap. And I like to do it because I like the fact that the weave net has a little bit more form than a cap does. And so I just feel like it provides a little better support than an actual weave cap. So perhaps that's just about preference. Okay, so all in all, I really, continue to enjoy this hair. The Janet collection continues to be one of my favorite brands for Havana Mambo twist crochet braids. I love it. It looks super natural. Like, look at this. It looks super natural. This hair is very soft. As long as you clip those ends when you separate the hair, you should really only have minimal frizzing, and definitely if you use the techniques that I talked about in this video to kind of avoid frizz, you should be good to go. Again, although I love the Janet collection hair, I have to say that the colored hair is just not a keeper for this kind of style. I think that if you were to wear them just like this, it would be perfectly fine. But if you're going to unravel them or split them at all, it's not worth it. I ended up cutting out all of these pieces from my head. So I hope this video has helped you guys. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.